Welcome back. So today we are going to be fitting the exhaust manifold and carbs, probably the oil cooler, the thermostat housing, and try and do as many connections in the engine bay as I can. So what should I do? I'll probably just time lapse it. Right, so this obviously that's a exhaust manifold which I previously sprayed with a ceramic coating. It's been in the garage probably a couple of months now. No bubbles, so all good to go on that. Obviously, as I said previously, the carbs had been sent off to Nick Rogers to be completely refurbed. They're not been set up or anything, so I will have to get them sort of set up. Got new brass bolts and washers, new hose for the servo to wherever that connects. The old one's a bit manky, and a new oil cooler. Debatable whether I need to cut these off or not. I don't know yet. It's been cut off of this one. I don't know whether they was originally cut off, but I'll position it in there, and if they're in the way then I'll just snip it there and there and just fold them down rather than cut them off. So previously I had so obviously I've fitted the servo, all the brakes is all brake lines are all connected, bled and leak free. Same as the clutch, that's all good. Everything's where it should be, I believe. I haven't put the horn on yet, because I've probably got to take that off to get the oil cooler on. Got my earth strap, solenoid. Obviously all this has been painted previously. I've got the breather to go on there. I've just bought some new silicone for that and that. Yeah, let's get on. so as you saw on that on the time lapse, I had real trouble getting the exhaust manifold in, and the reason for that is obviously I'd fitted all the drive shafts and Hardy spicers, and there ain't no room, so I've had to basically disconnect the hub and the drive shaft and the Hardy splicer this side on the driver's side, so I can get the exhaust manifold in between the the Hardy splicer and the subframe. Just it was probably that process when I took it off, but it's been 3 years, so I was obviously forgotten about it. So everything, so I've got obviously the exhaust manifold and the carbs on. I've also fitted the oil cooler. I've got most of the hoses, which I'll show you in a bit. That's the hose from the servo, which goes on to there. Now I'm at a bit of a sticking point, because I like to use stainless steel Jubilee clips for any pipe work underneath the bonnet, and I've just gone through all my Jubilee clips and I haven't got enough, so I need to order some basically for all the heating hoses, the radiator hose and other bits and bobs. I've got enough for the fuel pipes, but not all the other hoses. And so I was going to fit the oil cooler pipes to the oil filter housing and the block, but I bought some from Bewley, from Nippy Cars. Probably must have been not last year, maybe the year before. I didn't quite check them against the originals, and I'll show you in a minute. The smaller one is exactly the same size, but the longer one is 1.5 inches too short. So I don't know whether I've picked up the wrong one from them, but they're also not very bendy. I'll show you that now. So what I'm going to do once I've shown you those bits is get the exhaust fitted, and then I'm going to go and order some bits and bobs. At least then I can get all the hoses in, everything connected, get the coil on, get all the wiring connected, and then I can effectively do a dry start, fit the battery, just check that all the electrics, obviously I haven't got the lights on yet, but just check that all the electrics are working, and we're basically ready to start up. So yeah, I'll just show you these bits. So oil cooler pipes, so these are the ones I bought from Nippy Cars. They obviously look a bit better than these ones. I wouldn't say that one was original, that one probably is. Just by the, I've put a dressing on all these pipes and that's come up really shiny, so I think it's just a different make, so I don't think that's original. So then we're going to do this. So if I just show you that, you see how that flattens as I bend that, and that needs to be bent, basically bent like that, for the same shape as that one. And then this one needs quite a bend on it. Sorry, you see how it's flattening the pipe? So I'm just gonna, worst case scenario, I can fit the old ones, but I've tried cleaning these up, but it's not amazing. I don't really want to spray the nut parts, because as soon as you put a spanner on them, it's just going to take the paint off. So yeah, thermal pipes for the two oil breathers. Again, I've put a dressing on them. That's the exhaust I'm obviously going to be fitting. Yeah, yeah, so that's where we're at the moment. Nearly there, I suppose, on the engine bay, but yeah, I need these stainless steel. I mean, the reason I fit them is that's how the mild steel ones go, and I'm not happy with that. So yeah, I may see you once I've got all the other parts and I can finish basically the engine bay and the exhaust to be fitted by then. I'm not going to film fitting the exhaust because I know it's going to be a faff. So there was one other thing. So in an earlier video I asked about the towing eye. So that's the one that was on the car. Obviously I had a blue one from DSN, and so what I've opted to do is buy a black DSN one. I know it's not sort of original to the car, but you'll probably agree it looks a lot better than that one. So yeah, I'll be fitting that shortly too. So today, what we're doing today, so last thing I did was I put the exhaust on, and lo and behold, I had to take it apart again because I forgot to put on the bracket that goes just on the sweep of the manifold downpipe that connects to the diff housing. So yeah, I've got it all on, all set up nicely, looking good, tightened up. Then I realised I hadn't put it on, so I had to take it all back off again. But anyway, it's on, it's all fitted nicely, looks alright at the back, does look better than the RC40, to be honest. So today I am just going to get on with all the bits in here. So I had to order a load of stainless steel Jubilee clips for all the hoses and stuff. Obviously I've got a few more than I needed, just so I've got some stock, so I'll get them fitted now. As you remember from the last one, I bought these oil cooler hoses from Nippy Cars online at Bewley, and they weren't very flexible, and so I did message Fred, and he gave me a call and he said, look, if you just heat them up with a heat gun, not super hot, just so they warm a bit, and then bend them into shape, or fit them, and if it kinks there, then just while the heat is on, just kind of squash it so it's round again, and then cool it down, and it should be fine. So I'll give that a go, which means then I can get the oil and water in the car, in the engine. I may not do that yet. What I do want to do is just get the battery fitted and just make sure everything is sort of turning over, ignition's working. I know I haven't got the lights and that on, but I just want to make sure the fuel pump's kicking in and it's turning over and so on. So yeah, so I'll probably, I'm not going to record this. All I do is once I've got everything fitted, I'll just show you around it. I'll lift the car up, show the exhaust, because I'm sure it's not going to go as planned. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit. actually worked the tree, so I was going to do the other one. Obviously, as we talked about technique. Bloody perfect. Well done, Fred. Thank you.